The big problem here is that the gas and oil sector specifically has a very unique relationship with the Department of State. It's very evident if you go through the last 10 to 20 years worth of reports the State Department has produced, audit reports, inspection reports. So, when you're talking about foreign affiliates, are you actually talking about women in the United States being punished because they didn't adhere to some sort of behavioral exhibition that makes you feel more pleasant and gratified in your service provider role or whatever role you have in the streaming process? So, she gets to work and account for some country that has a different risk weighting and maybe a different placement in the indexing of quality indicators. And so you want us that you've assigned those foreign accounts to accede to understanding we're prostitutes. That's exactly what you're telling me. And somehow you've got some disformed, deviant, bourgeois disease of the mind where somehow being a high class prostitute is okay, that it's a right. And it's not that way. It is unacceptable. This is terrible. We were women, we were leaders. I'm sorry that I got literal. I'm sorry when I was being reprogrammed. I already had actual experience in compliance for the health department, so I knew what was going on was illegal, while every other woman there was being programmed to work a drug distribution pipeline as either an in home healthcare worker, a nurse practitioner, a medical billing encoder, or at a child care center. I'm sorry that I said, you know what? I'm going to go get technical training in how to actually do industrial inspection of gas and oil pipelines and or maybe sewer pipelines because those are fixed assets in communities that you can bond, and then by maintaining and using you can assess value that then you can start budgeting for your community rather than using futures connected to performance of children in their classroom. I'm sorry I got literal and I said no every step of the way, and I'm not letting go. You wanted me, you recruited me to be an executive in the gas and oil sector. You're not allowed to traffic people. You're not allowed to try to force us into prostitution. And if you've got a milieu of people that think they're grandfathered in, so did I. You murdered my grandfather. I hunted you down. I proved it. You're not getting away with that. And you're not trafficking any more of us. We're not fucking prostitutes. And if you say any more about how we're supposed to fulfill some damn fucking quota to pay for your fucking energy paradigm, I don't know, at this point something's kind of transformed. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to do it. You were never allowed to do it. The sooner you accept that you were never entitled to traffic people, the sooner you accept it, the sooner we're going to be able to move on. Until then, you just gotta have to accept. I'm trying to reacclimate. You were never allowed to torture people in order to socially engineer them into cheap labor. You were never allowed to do that. Boeing, BASF, Dow Chemical, Shell, you were never allowed to do that.